Welcome to the Solar System app. You're going to create an app that explains the solar system and all 8 planets. On the home screen, on the main screen, you'll have the solar system, and then you will have a list of all the planets. When you click onto the button, this is the Mercury button, it will push the Mercury page to the top of the stack. So there's the Mercury, the planet Mercury will come up, the text about planet Mercury, and it has a home button to take you back to the main page. So every single planet has got some information. Go back to the home page, and you will complete this app during the tutorial. As you can see, if we click on Saturn, all the information about Saturn, that's the end of the introduction. Welcome to Touchdevelop, and welcome to the Solar System app. Task 1. The first thing you're going to do is to create an account, and then as soon as you've created your account, you're going to change the skill level to coder. Select the skill level here and select coder. There are 3 levels: beginner, coder and expert. We need the coder. The next thing we're going to do is to create a script. Select Create Scripts. Select Blank App. You can scroll down here to find it. And call your name Solar System App and put your initials. Solar System App. And I'm going to be Mickey Mouse. Select Create. And there you will see the main page. That's the end of task 1. Welcome to task 2. We're going to add the images of all the planets as global variables. The first image we're going to add is the solar system. Select Add New. Select Picture Resource. And you're going to select Search Art Pictures and type in solar system. Select the solar system NASA. We've now created the solar system. The next one we're going to create is Mercury. So we're going to create a new art resource. So click Add New, Picture Resource. This time we're going to add Mercury. Type Mercury. Again, one with NASA. The images are taken from NASA for education purposes only and for teaching. We're going to then add the next planet after the Sun, which is Venus. Add a picture resource. Search Art Pictures. Venus. Again, you want the ones with the black image in the background. Add New, Picture Resource. We want Earth. Select Art Pictures. Earth. And scroll down until you find Earth with a black background. Here's Earth planet. The next planet is Mars. So add new, picture resource, search art pictures, Mars. Mars planet. After Mars, picture resource, we're going to add Jupiter. After Jupiter, we're going to add Saturn, picture resource, Saturn. After Saturn, we're going to add Uranus or Uranus. Uranus. After Uranus, we're going to add Neptune. Type Neptune. And just check that you have got all 8 planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the end of task 2. Welcome to task 3. We need now to go back to the main code. So select main. And here you will see the app template main page. Now when you create an app, and there is the name of the app, the main page is created for you. This is the page that will always load first, and as you can see it has 3 sections: data, initialize and display. The one we're concentrating in this tutorial today is the display section. Now the main page is a large box, and we work in boxes with the Pages app. You can format the data inside the box by customizing some of the box's properties, and that's what we're going to do next. Welcome to task 4. We're now going to add code to the display section. We're in the main page, so the first thing we're going to do is to select the do nothing in the display section. And the first thing we're going to do is to select the background colour for the page, which is going to be black. So we're going to select wall. Then we're going to set background. And the default is colours random. It'll set random colours each time it displays. What we're going to do is to hit the back button, the backspace button, and then we're going to select black. We're going to select a new line. Now, as I said earlier, everything is displayed in a box. So this time we're going to select box, If you can't find it, click the More. Select Box. And we want everything in the box to be horizontally aligned. So we're going to set the horizontal alignment. If you can't find it, click More. Set Horizontal Align, and the default is left. Use the backspace button and we're going to select Center. We want everything centered within the box. We need to move the cursor to the right, so use this button here, and then we're going to add a new line. Then we're going to set the font size to size 3. Again, we select Box. We want the font size to set the font size. So look carefully through font size. If you cannot see it, select More. And make sure you select size, not weight. Select font size. Use the backspace button to change it, and we'll change that to 3. Use the keypad. Again, move the cursor to the end of the line and add a new line. We're now going to change the text colour. We want it to be orange. So we call that the fore colour, the foreground colour. So select Box, and we look to see the foreground colour. If it's not there, set Foreground, and again it's a random colour. What we're going to do is we're going to use the backspace, and we want the text to be white. Again, use the cursor to the end of the line. The next thing we want to do is to put the title in of the page, and we want the title to be the solar system. So we have a new line, and we need to select the string. We can now type in the solar system, and then select the tick to enter the text. We now want to post that title onto the page, so we use the term post to the wall. We now want to run the program to see our coding so far. So select Run Main, and there you have the box with the solar system posted to the wall. That's the end of task 4. Welcome to task 5. To get back to the coding, select the back button here, and we want to create another box. So add a new line, and as you can see, I accidentally didn't take the cursor to the end, so I'm just going to cut that. Select the line and add a line. We're going to look for boxed because we want to create a new box. Select Boxed. Select the Do Nothing line, and in this box we want the font size to be slightly smaller than the main title. So the subtitle is going to be View All the Planets, so we want Box. set font size, and this time we're going to set it to number 2, so backspace and number 2. Go to the end of the line, move the cursor to the end of the line and add a new line. And again we want it centre aligned, so box, set horizontal alignment, again we want it centred, backspace and centre, take the cursor to the end of the line and a new line. This time we want to add an image into our box. So we're going to select art, because pictures and sound are art. And you can see the images that you added earlier come up. Select solar system. And in order to view it or to be displayed, we have to post it to the wall. Now we want to add a subtitle beneath the picture. So again, new line. And we're going to add the title, so we need to click the string. And we need to type view all, to apologise, view all the planets. Tick the button, and again you have to post it to the wall. Post to the wall. And this is the subtitle. Let's run our code. As you can see, we've got the original title and we've got the solar system, and underneath we have the title. Welcome to task 6. We're now going to create a new page for the planet Mercury. So to get out of the main code, you select dismiss, and we're going to add a new page. Select add new, select page, and if you look at this code here, private page, select that line, and we're going to rename the page. P2 for page 2, Mercury. And select OK. That's the end of task 6. Welcome to task 7. We're going to create properties of the box page. Each new page is a large box. So select the display section, and we're going to select the wall, and we're going to set the background colour of the page to black. As in the previous task, set background, use the backspace and select black. Move the cursor to the end of the line and add a new line. So the background colour is now black, and we want everything on the page to be horizontally aligned, so it'll be box. Set horizontal alignment. Again, use the backspace key. Select centre, so everything on that page will be horizontally aligned. Move the cursor, add a new line. We're going to set the font size to 3 because it's the title of the planet. So box, set font size, again if you can't see it, use the More button, set font size, use the backspace button and 3, move the cursor, add a new line. And now we're going to set the font to orange this time. So box, set foreground, use the backspace and select orange. That's the end of task 7. Welcome to task 8. The next thing we're going to do is to post the text to the wall. That's Planet Mercury. Move the cursor to the end of the line and add a new line. It needs to be a string, which is text, and you're going to type Planet Mercury. Select the tick, and again we have to post it to the wall. Check your code, select Run Main, and all we can see at this moment in time is the solar system. You can edit this page, but we can't actually get to the page at the moment. That's the end of task 8. Welcome to task 9. We're going to add a new box for the Planet Mercury image. So select the last line, select Add a New Line, and we're going to add a new box. So select Boxed, select the line Do Nothing, and we're going to add a picture. So we're going to select Art, and we want to add Planet Mercury. Select Mercury, and we need to post it to the wall to be able to see it. Select Add a New Line, and we want this image to be about the width of 30. So select Box, set Page Width, if you can't see it, you can click on More and type Set Width. There's the set width. Not all of them are displayed in this area, so you can select Set Width and again use the backspace key and set it to 30. Make sure you don't set the page width. And again, it is still not visible. And we're going to add a new box in the next task. Welcome to task 10. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to add a new box for the Planet Mercury text and all its properties. So again, add a new line, select Boxed, select the line, and we want the box to have a width of 30. So Box, set width, use the backspace key, type 30, use your cursor, new line. We start with box. We want to set the height. If you can't see height, and we're going to set that to 30. Move the cursor to the end of the line, then add another line. This time we want the text to be horizontally aligned to the left. So box, set horizontal alignment. We'll keep it at the default. Move the cursor, add a line. We want the font size to be size 1. We want it smaller than the title. So we want box, set font size. We'll keep it at the default. Move the cursor, add a new line. We want to set the foreground colours to be orange to match the title. So box, set foreground colour, use the backspace key, select orange, use the cursor key, new line. And again we want the box to have a background colour of black. So box, set background colour, set background, use the cursor to backspace, press black, use the cursor to the end of the line. If you're on an iPad, do not press return. Box, and we want the text in the box to wrap onto the next line. So box, set text wrapping, and we can't see the wrapping, just check again if you can't see it. And we're looking for text wrapping. It isn't on there, so select more and type in text wrapping, set text wrapping, and we're going to set it to 5. So backspace, number 5, and that's the end of task 10. Welcome to task 11. We're going to add text to a text box. Again, always move your cursor to the end of the line and add a new line. Text is a string, so select string. And inside your Solar System app tutorial folder, you will find planet information in a Word document. So I'm going to just select that Word document. I'm going to copy and paste the Mercury information. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it into the text box. You cannot click inside, but you can move the cursor back What you will have to do is, if you want to get paragraphs, use your cursor or arrow keys, and press enter. Again, use your arrow keys. As you can see, the keyboard is greyed out. press enter on the keyboard, all the way back, press enter on the keyboard, if you are using an iPad, you can put the information in notes and copy and paste. However, just for this tutorial, I would just, again, as you can see, in an iPad, do not press enter, the return key, or on the iPhone, because it will create a function. So if you are on the iPad, just select, type in, Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun for now. And that is the end of the task. Welcome to task 12. We need to create a button and push the page to the front. As you've seen, when we run the code, only the main page shows. And we now have to push page 2 to the front of the pile so that we can see page 2. So we need to add some code now to the main menu. So select Dismiss, select the main page, and we're going to add code now. Choose Select and add a page, and this time we're going to add forms. Select Forms, select Button, and on that button you're going to type Mercury. Although I'm putting a capital M on Mercury, when it is put onto the page it shows with a small case, so it'll be a small m. The next thing we're going to do is to click on Do Nothing, and we want to call our code the page. We want to call page 2. So we look for code, again if it's not on that page, select code, and when we type code, we select code, you'll see page 2 Mercury. We have now called page 2 for Mercury. So this time, when we dismiss the code, select main, and we're going to run the code. We've now run the main, as you can see the solar system. We scroll down, we should now see a button that says Mercury. When we click this button, it should push the Mercury page to the front. There it is, and we chose orange foreground. And there we can see all our text that we copied and pasted from our sheet. That's the end of the task. The next thing we need to do is to put a button on the Mercury page to say take us back to the home page. So we'll select Dismiss, we'll select the Mercury page, and we want a button on the Mercury page to say home, taking us back to the main page. So add a new line, and we're going to select Forms. We're going to select a button, and we're going to type home. Select the tick, and we're going to call the main page. So we select code. If it's not there, look on the next page. Here it is, code. Select main, and when you click off, you'll see the word push. So if we click run main, there's the solar system. We've got planet Mercury. We'll push it now to the front. There's the text, and at the bottom is a home page. Select home, and we go back to the home page. That's the end of the task. Welcome to task 14. We're now going to create a new page for planet Venus. So we select add new. We're adding a new page. If you click on private page show, you'll be able to rename the page P3, and this is Venus, and click OK. If you select dismiss, you'll see we now have a new page, page 3. That's the end of the task. Welcome to task 15. We're now going to create properties of the box page for Venus. So we're going to select the display, and again we want the wall to be set to black. So wall, set background. We want a consistent background throughout the app. Select backspace and black. So the whole page now will be black. Move the cursor to the end of the line and select the add page. We want it to be horizontally aligned. We want the box to be horizontally aligned. So select box, select horizontally aligned, and we want it to be centered. So use the backspace and select center and go to the end of the line. The next thing we want is the box and the set font size to 3. Add a line, box, set font size, use the backspace and set it to 3. Cursor to the end of the line, add a new line, box, set the foreground colours, and this time we want the font to be blue. Remember, the foreground sets the colour of the font. That's the end of task 15. Task 16. We need to add a new line to post the text Planet Venus to the wall. Add a new line. Select string and type Planet Venus. Select the tick, and we need to post it to the wall. Post to the wall. Welcome to task 17. We need now to add a new box for the Planet Venus image because we want to set it to a width of 30. So select add a new line, and to create a new box you select box, select the do nothing line, then we're going to add the image, select art, and you'll see the image come up. Select Venus, and again it always must be posted to the wall in order to see it. Post to wall, add a new line, and we want to set the image to 30. So we're going to have box, set width, use the backspace and press 30. So the image now will be posted to the wall. Welcome to task 18. We're going to create a new box for the text and set all its properties. So move the cursor to the end of the line and click Add a new line. And this is a new box. So we select Box, select Do Nothing. And these are the box properties, so select Box. And we want the width of the box to be 30. Move the cursor to the end of the line, add a new line. We want the box, we want to set the height, and that's also going to be 30. End of the line, new line, box, set horizontal alignment, and we want the text to be left, so we're going to leave the default, move the cursor, new line. We're going to set the font size to 1, box, set font size, the default is 1, we'll leave it at 1. The title was blue, so we're going to keep the text, the body of the text blue, so box, set foreground, move the backspace and blue, move the cursor and add a new line. We're going to set the background to black, keep it consistent, box, set background, use the backspace, black, move the cursor, add a line, and finally we're going to wrap the text, so box, set text wrapping, and we want it to set to 5. And that's the end of the task. We're next going to add the text, the planet information, into a text box. So move the cursor, add a new line, and we're going to select string. And previously inside our folder we're going to copy and paste the Venus information. So I'm copying back into the program and pasting, Control V. And as you can see, you can't place the cursor. You can tap, but you can't place the cursor. The cursor will be at the end of Venus, at the end of the text. You have to then slowly use the arrow keys and press enter and press enter and keep doing this all the way at the text, and then you'll have paragraphs within your text. If you're using an iPad, you'll just copy the first line . And again, press the enter. And if you're using an iPad, if you could just copy Venus is the second closest planet to the Sun. It is the brightest planet in the night sky. And select the tick. And again, you post it to the wall. That's the end of the task. Welcome to task 20. We're going to create a button on the main page that says Venus, and when we press the button Venus, it will push the page through Venus to the top of the stack. So the first thing we need to go is to go back to the main menu. So select Dismiss, go to the main, and if we scroll down, select the end, add a new line, and we select Forms, Button, we type Venus, press Enter, select the Do, and we're going to call, so select Code, Page through Venus, and when we click off, it will put Push. So if we run the main, just to check our work, there's the solar system. We now have two buttons. This time we're going to click on Venus. There's planet Venus. And again, this time all the text is in blue. That's the end of the task. Welcome to the next task. And in this task, which is task 21, we're going to create a page template. Now, the pages for all the planets are going to be exactly the same. The only difference will be is the image of the planet title, the information, the planet text, and the foreground colour. Everything else will remain the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a type of template. So we're going to first of all take a copy of Mercury. So select Mercury in the Pages section, and if you select the private page line, you'll be able to take a copy. Select Copy. Now the next thing we're going to do is to create a new page. Select Add New, add a new page. Now you can select any line here and you'll see this Paste button appear, and select Paste. And you'll see that it's created a copy of Mercury and it's put a 2 after it. So this is a really useful feature. And we're going to change the name of this to Planet Template. And click OK. So as I said, the planet template, if we select the planet template, the difference between all the pages is first of all the planet name. So in the display, here's the planet name Mercury, so we need to take that out because it's a template. So delete the name Planet Mercury. We need to take out the planet image. Select the image and backspace. We need to take out the planet text, that's all the information about the planet. Select the planet. If you use Control A and then press the delete key and click the tick. It takes all the text out, and then finally is the foreground colour, because we can have a different colour on most of the pages. So if we take out the orange, use the cursor, take out the orange, and also the foreground colour at the top. Don't backspace, we'd use the cursor, then take out the orange. Taking out those properties, you'll see immediately you have an unhappy smiley face, because it's waiting. As you can see, it's expecting properties. But this is now really useful because we can now use this, and we can copy this now to create a new page. So after Venus is planet Earth. So what we will do, just bear with me, I do have a poorly computer at the moment. If you select the planet template, select the private page planet template, and you can click copy. We're now going to add a new page, add a new page, and again you can click anywhere in the line and click paste. And as you can see, it's got planet template 2. We'll change that, and we're going to call this is page 4, P4, and this is going to be Earth. Click OK. If we dismiss it, we find Earth and the little unhappy face. So now we need to set the colours for Earth. So I'm going to set these to green. So use the cursor, use the backspace, and it's going to be colours green. And the title, use the cursor, and the text is Planet Earth. Click tick, and then the next is the art. Move the cursor, and we want to select Earth. And the foreground colour is green. Select the line, use the cursor, select green. And we need the information text. Let me just cut that line out, that's entered in error. Here's the information. Use the cursor to move it. And I'm going to copy the Earth. Remember Control C. If you are using an iPad, you can't do that. So now, again, using the arrows, put your paragraphs in. And you can now continue to do the rest of the pages. For the rest of the app. If you're using the iPad, just do the first line, which you'll see in a moment. Earth is the third planet from the Sun. That's the end of the task.